Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Danilo Kaprick, aka the best dressed man in tech sales, don't forget it. Also one of the co-founders of the B2B Syndicate. Now, in today's video, I am fired up, not just excited, I'm fired up to talk about this topic because we're gonna talk about what is the best, most effective strategy that you can use to plan out your day, but not only just plan it out, but to actually execute and get everything done. So, with the passion set aside, let's get into it so you can get these insights. Today's strategy is coming from a very famous individual. If you've never heard of him, get out the house, get on YouTube, and just type in his name, Brian Tracy. He is someone that has studied self-made millionaires for 40 years. I actually don't know if he's still alive, but either way, great person to listen to on YouTube. He's got a bunch of recorded talks and videos. This technique comes directly from him. I have been implementing it for a little over 90 days now, and I have seen tremendous results. So let's go through Brian's strategy on how exactly you should plan out your day in the most effective way possible. The only things that you need to have in order to effectively implement said strategy is one of these and something to write on. Could be a, notepad like this. It could be actual notebook, spiral bound, whatever it is. Could just be a sheet of paper. But you need something to write with and something to write on. Okay, that's all you need. If you got that, you can start using the strategy today. All right, guys, so essentially this is what you got to do. First and foremost, what you want to do is look at the end of your day. Okay, at the end of your day, I'm talking between 5 and 7 p.m. What you want to do is look at what the heck do you have going on tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my calendar right now, and I'm going to look at what do I have going on tomorrow. And if I look at my calendar for tomorrow, I see that I have only 2 meetings, right? Light day, Friday. And I have a meeting between 11 and 12, and I have a 3 p.m. meeting as well. So here's the thing. Looking at that, and then also looking at my own personal objectives outside of work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what do I need to do tomorrow to make it as successful as possible, okay? And I'm gonna write that down here, and it's gonna be called my game plan for tomorrow. And you can see this is one I did yesterday, okay? And here's the thing. When you create this list of everything that you must do to have a productive, successful day the next day, you wake up and you automatically have your roadmap for the day. You have your GPS that will take you to success. You just have to do these things. And depending on what time you get up, you can get started on these things as soon as you're awake. And that way you have the full day to execute, not get distracted, and always know what's next. Here's some other things that I would specifically write down. Number 1, write down the time that you want to wake up, okay? I have it down right here. I will wake up at 5:30 a.m. and not hit the snooze button. You guys, I have flawlessly been waking up every single day at 5:30 for the last 90 days. And guess what? Just to prove it a little bit, the phone is doing the recording right now, but it's like 8:02 right now in the morning. I have already went to the gym because that was on my list too. I've already had a cold shower, ate my breakfast because that was on my list too. And now I'm recording 3 pieces of content because guess what? It was on my list. One other detail to point out, it's very important that you do this list creation, you make the list before you go to sleep. Why is that so important? Because here's the thing. When you do this right before you go to sleep and you write it down, you are basically programming your subconscious to now start thinking about that all night. So if you write down, if one of the things you write down is, I will wake up at 6 a.m., I will wake up at 5:30 a.m., whatever the time is, and not hit snooze. Now your brain has grasped that idea and you've cemented it because you wrote it down, and now it's trapped in your subconscious and it's going to start to cook in there, all right? And essentially what you're doing is you're increasing the likelihood that your brain summons resources and helps you actually get up at said time because you said that you would do it. And here's the thing, guys, when you make this list, there's probably gonna be 1 or 2 things that either you don't get done or you just don't feel like doing. And what that often means is that they're just not that important. And they were maybe nice to-dos. They weren't must-to-dos for your success, okay? And all you have to do when that happens, because it will happen, there's not gonna be a perfect day every single day. What you have to do is just take those things and put them for the next day, right? Make them a part of the list for the following day. So if I go back through this notebook, I will see various game plans. And even if I go to the one for this morning, let's see what I've got here and how I've been executing so far. The first thing for today was wake up at 5:30 a.m. Don't hit snooze. I'm gonna cross that off because that got done. Second thing was hit the gym no later than 5:45 a.m. Cross that off, that got done. Next thing is cold shower and breakfast. Let's cross that off, got that done. Next thing was read 30 to 40 pages of the Alex Hormozi book right here. That will get done. Number 3 was shoot 3 pieces of content. I'm doing that right now. This is the 3rd video I've shot this morning. So guess what? That's getting crossed off as well. And then last thing is look into the logistics for this conference that I want to go to in September. So that's what I need to do in order to make this day as successful as possible. I've already got 80% of these things done. All I need to do now is read 30 to 40 pages of this book and then look into this conference that I want to go into, and that'll be my day, right? Outside of that, I have work objectives that I won't talk about in this video, but those are other things I need to get done. And so clearly, guys, you can see by having such a GPS or roadmap for what's important for the day, I do less thinking, okay? I literally don't have to think about what I'm gonna do next. It's already done, it's there. And that's the biggest benefit to this strategy, is that you are eliminating think work for the following day. Here's what I mean by that. When I say eliminating think work, I literally mean that you are taking the burden of having to think about your next move away from your future self. Because if you do all this at 7 p.m. at night, the next morning you wake up, you don't have to think twice about what's next. You just have it there. You're like, okay, what am I doing today? Okay, yep, that. Okay, great. And at the end of the day, here's the best part, guys. Nobody talks about this. The satisfaction of checking off these items. That is such a nice feeling. And here's the other thing, guys. There is no better feeling, personally, that will build self-confidence and self-esteem than doing what you said you would do. If you want to feel crappy about yourself, just start breaking promises to yourself. Seriously, if you want to feel terrible, depressed, anxious, all those things, just stop doing things that you promised yourself you would do. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you want to feel great, if you want to feel awesome, if you want to feel confident, if you want to have a high degree of self-esteem, all you have to do is knock out all the obligations that you made to yourself, and that the promises that you made to yourself and that you told yourself you would do. If you do those things day in and day out, your confidence is going to skyrocket, your self-love will skyrocket, and your self-esteem will skyrocket. So that is the other benefit of this task, is you get to build self-confidence as you cross every single item off your list. So there you have it, guys. That is hands down the best way to plan out your day. But let's do a quick recap of the actual steps, so that way you can have a clear understanding of how you can replicate this process. Step 1, between 5 to 7 p.m. or right before bedtime, you want to write down all the things you need to do to make the following day a success. All right, if you're already working in tech sales, look at your calendar, see what you have going on, and basically outline the activities you need to do to make that day successful. If you're in some kind of other career or job, do the same thing. Look at your calendar, see what you got going on the next day, plan accordingly. The second thing is, as soon as you wake up, don't waste any time, get started on the list. Okay, if you can decrease the amount of time between wake up and action on these important items, not only are you gonna get these done faster, but you're gonna have a better day because you really got after it and you executed and you did not waste time or procrastinate. Third thing, guys, don't forget to check off the items once you are done. That is one of the most fulfilling, satisfying parts, and again, it's gonna help you boost that self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-love that you have for yourself. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and now you have a nice strategy that you can use to plan out your day, execute on your day, and more importantly, increase your confidence and self-esteem. And if you enjoyed the video today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're not doing so already, go ahead and follow me on LinkedIn. And last but not least, don't forget, if you're trying to get into tech sales or you're already in sales and you want to get sharper, smarter, better at your craft, go ahead and use the link in the description to not only sign up for our free weekly newsletter, but also our free Discord community. And you get access to myself, the other founders of the B2B Syndicate, and you can ask us any questions at any time. All right, that said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy now.